Chris and Chelsea. Afternoons on Wild Country 99. Brace yourself. Someone just sent Chris and Chelsea way too much personal information. It's now time for Dear Chris and Chelsea.
All right, here we go. This one slid in our DMs over the weekend, as they typically do. It has to do with a married couple who is kind of fighting right now.
Ooh, okay.
They're not fighting with their kids. They're fighting because of their kids.
Oh, a little differing in parenting, huh?
Yeah, different views when it comes to parenting. Listen, all couples...
That's normal, though.
All couples have their disagreements, but these are the things that should be ironed out before you even get married and decide to have kids, right?
And until the situation happens. Maybe this is a new situation. Let's give them some grace.
Has to do with the dinner table. Here we go. Let's help them out. This comes from Corey. Corey says, Dear Chris and Chelsea, last night's family dinner turned into an absolute battleground after my wife slammed her fork down and went full drill sergeant, demanding our kids clean their plates.
Oh.
Every last bite.
Clean plate club.
The kids were stuffed, practically begging for mercy, but she doubled down, giving this fiery speech about how expensive groceries are and how kids these days just don't know how lucky they are. I get it. Food is expensive, but forcing our kids to shovel down food they don't want, ? That doesn't sit right with me. Two of them are already on the chubbier side, and I can't help but worry we're just teaching them to eat past the point of being full. She shot back with her rule. If you put it on your plate, you finish it. No excuses. The kids went to bed upset, of course, and that's when round 2 started. Just her and me. The kitchen practically echoed with our voices, going back and forth over whether kids should be forced to clean their plates at every meal. She says yes always. I say absolutely not. Now we're at a total stalemate, and honestly, it just feels bigger than just dinner. It feels like a battle over parenting philosophy, health, and respect. So what do you think? Should kids be forced to clean their plates no matter what? Or should parents back off and let them stop when they're full? Sign, Conflicted Corey at the dinner table.
Whew.
This isn't the first time this has happened, I'll tell you that right now.
No, this has probably happened 100 times. She's probably sick and tired of seeing all the waste in the trash bin. I have a couple other questions. There's always follow-up questions, right?
Right.
So, for example, are these kids trying to worm their way out of dinner so that they can pig out on sweets later? And he's saying that if the kids are obese, I'm wondering, if there are some other choices so when it comes to a healthy mealtime that mom has cooked, why aren't they finishing it?
The first question I have is probably the same question that most people are thinking right now.
Yeah.
When was the last time the kids ate and what did they eat?
Yes.
Were they snacking before dinner?
Yes.
Or did they have candy before dinner?
Yep.
For some reason, they're not eating their food. Either A, they don't like it, or B, they're really full from maybe having a late midday snack.
When it came to dinner time with us, this was the one time that we all sat down together as a family. We would go for seconds, if not thirds.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you start small. Portion size is so important. Of course, you don't want to push your kids to the point where they're getting sick because they're overeating. That's not a good thing to teach.
I'm assuming Corey, I don't know what Corey's age is.
Yeah.
He's probably my age, maybe a little bit younger.
Yep.
I come from the age where you clean your plate.
Yes.
We don't waste food. My mom said there's kids starving in Africa.
You had to stay at the dinner table until you ate it all.
And I got grounded one time because I told her to put a stamp on it and send it to him.
Yeah.
She didn't like that.
Oof. Oh, gosh, Chris, that's awful. No, but I've had this with my niece, where she'd take one bite of her hamburger and then that was it. And then she would want a bunch of chocolates later or would want like the snack food, the junk food later.
Isn't it crazy how kids just want the sweets and the desserts and they don't? Maybe it's the food she's making. Maybe it's just not good. Corey, I'm not saying your wife is a terrible cook. I'm just saying, what are you serving? That's a question I would ask. Yep. I don't know how old the kids are. We didn't get that information, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If the kids are younger, let's say they're like 6 and 8, 6 and 9.
Yep.
That's at the age where they're more interested in playing.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to get away from the table as soon as possible, right?
I would be pretty ticked off if I spent a couple hours cooking dinner for my family, taking time out of my day and presented it to them. And then they took like 2 bites and the rest went in the trash. I would get resentful if that happened day after day.
I see both sides. I don't know which is right and which is wrong.
Yeah.
Is there a middle ground here that they can both agree on? What do they do at this point? That's why we're going to take we'll take your text right now. 320-656-9453. Are you going to be on Team Mom or Team Dad's side? Let us know. Inside Dear Chris and Chelsea. Got an email from Corey over the weekend. Dinner turned into a war zone last night when Corey's wife demanded their 2 kids clean their plates every last bite.
Oof.
He says it's unfair and even unhealthy. She says it's about respect, responsibility, and not wasting food. Now the family's divided, so are mom and dad. Who's right? Team clean plate or team enough is enough? 320-656-9453. Just a ton of texts have been rolling in.
A lot of these are falling into 2 teams that I'm seeing, Chris. Team Clean Plate Club, which is the first thing I said. That's how I was raised, too. If you
Right.
put it on your plate, you got to eat it,
Yeah.
right? Don't be wasting your food. And then team listen to your body. So Kathy said, my parents made me clean my plate and I turned out fine. It's not about forcing them. It's about discipline, which is true because if they just want to go and play on their phones or watch TV instead of sit down, concentrate, and eat their full meal.
For those that say you're teaching kids at a young age to overeat, I don't buy that one bit.
No.
Because you and I both went through the same way.
Yep.
Kids have a very high metabolism.
Yes.
I don't think they could eat enough. I think it's the sweets and the snacks that may make a kid a little chubbier than the others.
Yep. Sodium, highly processed foods, and your high sugars. That's what's going to lead to obesity, not eating too many vegetables.
So I was forced to clean my plate. I grew up like a bean. Even when I was in my 20s and 30s, I was fairly thin.
Yeah.
You know, as you get older, obviously your metabolism slows down a little bit. That's where things, the pounds start popping up.
Rachel just texted in, forcing kids to eat when they're full, if they truly are full, yes, is how you teach them to ignore their body signals. That's a recipe for disaster.
How do you know they're really full, though?
When they throw up at the dinner table, I think.
Well, yeah.
That happened one time.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to hear about that.
Because we had some food deficit. Your mom kind of does this, too, when it comes to Thanksgiving, where it's like, no, have some more, have some more, have some more. You didn't eat enough. And it's like,
it's just the way she grew up, and her mom
I
taught her
know,
that,
yeah.
too.
Yeah, but I'm saying, sometimes people don't need to eat massive portions of food. Like, you've taken good care of me. Thank you.
So what I've noticed from all the texts that have been rolling in, there's really no in-between. It's
No.
either team clean plate,
Yep.
aka mom,
Yeah.
or enough is enough, aka dad.
Yeah.
It's one side or the other. Like, can you come to a happy medium? How do you resolve this?
Cher just texted and she said, kids will eat what they like and leave the rest. This teaches them to try everything and not be so picky.
That's true.
Yeah, that's good.
They're probably going to leave the vegetables and eat the good stuff.
Ooh, we got one. This is from our therapist. She texts in quite a bit. I love it. Making mealtime a battle just creates stress and anxiety around food. It should be a positive experience. That's
Right.
true. That's so true.
Samantha says, food is expensive! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Kids, making kids waste it is like throwing money in the trash.
Yep.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Says Samantha.
So you made that tri-tip last night, Chris.
Yeah.
Think about that. And it was a huge cut of meat. We ate it way too late and it was absolutely delicious. But when you feel bad if I scrape mine in the trash,
Yeah.
why doesn't she?
You know who would have felt worse? Daisy.
Daisy and Delilah. Why wouldn't you just put it as leftovers? If it's a amount of food,
Right.
if that's the problem here, if they really are full, then I would just say, hey, you get leftovers later. You don't get a snack later.
So maybe that's the resolution. Maybe we teach kids, whatever you don't eat now, we're going to put in a Tupperware.
Yeah.
When you're hungry again, we're going to heat this back up. They're probably not going to like that, but you're teaching them to finish it.
So Ashley just texted and she's like, I had a parent who would force me to eat foods that I hated because they thought I was being ungrateful, and it actually made me feel sick. Now, even into adulthood, I can't even eat them, like sausage pizza. She's like,
Right.
I can't eat it anymore.
Mike says, if you let your kids quit when they say they're full, they'll just quit everything else in life too. That may be a stretch, Mike, but I get where you're coming from.
If they're taking 2 bites of something, that's what another Jen just texted in. If they're just like being picky, if they're just kind of picking at their food, she's like, look at what they're snacking on the rest of the day, like what you had said earlier,
Yeah.
Chris.
Brian says, forcing kids to eat when they're full just teaches them to ignore their bodies. To a point, yes, you got a point there, Brian. The other point is kids, sometimes I don't think they know what they want.
No, they don't. And Rachel says, she's like, think about it. Your kids have a much smaller stomach than you do. You can teach kids not to waste food without forcing them to eat. Just serve smaller portions and let them ask for more.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what you do.
Maybe she is giving the servings are too big
Yeah.
for their little tummies.
Yeah. I mean, think of even like a 2-year-old. Like their tummy is really, really small.
Yeah. Nick says food guilt is real. That clean your plate club rule is outdated, and how eating disorders start.
Yeah.
At that young of an age, I don't know. Yes and no. Like I said, there's no in between in this one. It's tough. I've never had an email like this.
Well, and then Karen just texted in. She's like, when you're in a calorie deficit, if you're trying to lose weight and people are trying to shame you into eating more, she's like, that's unhealthy too. Maybe they're trying to make themselves feel better by making you also eat more.
So if you have this dilemma maybe in your place, what is the resolution to this? What advice can we give Corey and his wife that would maybe meet in the middle on this?
Yeah, we don't want them yelling at the dinner table.
Don't let the kids scoop their portions, maybe.
Right.
Maybe mom or dad start out small, like you said. I like that idea.
Yep.
And then they finish that. If they want more, they can go back up.
Yep. And cut down on the junk food, or just cut all junk food out.
Like if you don't know what your kid's eating.
Oh, don't I sound like a fun parent?
Yeah. If you don't know what your kids are eating throughout the day, then it's very tough to try to enforce this and enforce them to eat because you don't know what they ate and when they ate.
Yep. Oh, I like this from Tanya. She's like, I always give my kids an option. She's like, we always have like veggies on the side or whatever, healthy snacks, and let the kids pick. And as long as they're eating out of that, then it's all good.
Okay.
I like that. Give kids a little bit more freedom. We didn't have that freedom. My mom said, I'm making one meal and you're all going to eat it or you're going to go home hungry.
That's true. You go to
bed hungry.
Without eating.
Yes.
Nobody wanted that, because we'd probably die overnight, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nothing screams Nicole says nothing screams family bonding like crying into your cold green beans at 9 p.m. Some people find the humor in everything, and I'm totally cool with that.
Oh, man.
So we appreciate all the texts. A lot of texts came in today regarding this on Dear Chris and Chelsea.
I like to see a lot of people are looking out for kids and the parents. It's nice to see.
So, Corey, hopefully this helps you out a little bit, and you and the wife, AKA mom, can agree to hopefully not just disagree, but can agree on a happy medium when it comes to this, because I guarantee you're not the only married couple that goes through this with their kids. So a big shout out to all the middle children out there, including myself, including Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's secondhand wardrobe day today.
Oh, the memories.
I think I had some hand-me-downs from my older brother. He was 4 years older than me. And we're both about the same height now, so we probably grew up around the same build, I would think. So I don't remember it very much, but I'm pretty sure I got some hand-me-downs. I got
hand-me-downs. Well, from my brother, jeans, which was great. That was just fine. Jeans were great. But I got hand-me-downs from my grandma.
Oh, geez.
That's right. I was wearing a 80-year-old woman's clothing in the 2nd grade, and it was not cool.
So my mom growing up, she always loved thrift shopping, garage sailing.
Yeah.
That was her thing. She loved it. She had garage sales. She'd go to garage sales all the time.
We used to do that too.
And that's where we get our clothes, because she was a single mom for a large portion of my childhood.
Well, for 10 cents for a shirt, why not?
With 4 kids, so I never really got to wear the designer brand name stuff.
Hey, sometimes you do find that stuff, though, at garage sales.
That's true, but not very often. Not in the city where I grew up in.
Okay.
Kind of the ghetto. I didn't know it was the ghetto back then, but now I look back, it's the ghetto.
Oh.
And I'm just saying, I remember my first pair of Jabot jeans. You remember the Jabot jeans?
Jenko jeans?
No. These were, I think it was spelled Girbaud. I remember I got an all-white pair of jeans.
White jeans?
An all-new pair of white jeans.
How do you spell it?
Girbaud, I think there was like a first and a middle name to it. I think it was the designer.
Jabot?
Jabot, I think is what they call them. Somebody correct.
It's French.
I'm pretty sure, but these.
I failed French.
And then people would pin the ankles on these things.
We used to roll them up.
So
gosh, were they wide leg like that?
I don't know where I got these. If it was a garage sale, maybe my mom got them there. I wore them.
These are ugly.
I was walking to school, and it was kind of a winter day. I was walking to school, and this car went right through the puddle next to me, splashed me with a bunch of mud. My white jeans were not white anymore. I think I probably cried.
That's why you don't wear white after Labor Day.
And then I walked back home, and I stayed home. I'm like, I'm not going.
You know what? I would have owned it. Because didn't we used to bleach our jeans and destroy our clothes to to upcycle them?
Some trends just need to stay in the past.
Lauren Lane is doing that now too. She'll get jeans from thrift shops of different cities that she goes to, and then she'll upcycle them for her concerts. And I think that's a really cute idea.
So what's the worst hand-me-down clothing that you were forced to wear as a kid? Did you have older siblings?
Did you have a grandma poaching off her clothes onto you? Gosh, that was awful.
Maybe they're like my mom, where she just went garage sailing and you were wearing the kids' clothes that's in your same class.
I had a cardinal on my turtleneck.
So what is the worst hand-me-down clothing or outfit you were forced to wear as a kid? Maybe it was from your grandmother. Maybe it's from a garage sale, maybe a secondhand store. Maybe it's from a sibling that was a lot older, or maybe a different gender.
Patrick just texted in. He's like, you remember those starter jackets?
I always wanted one of those, but
Yeah.
we didn't have enough money to get them.
He's like, we had one, but he's like, the problem is that I was a diehard Viking fan growing up, and I got a starter jacket for my brother that was.
It was always the Bulls or the Hornets.
This one was Green Bay Packers, and he said that everybody made fun of him at school. So even though it was a legit starter jacket, it was the wrong team.
You know, it is a starter jacket. That's all that matters.
Is it? I had one that was the Atlanta Falcons. I didn't even know who they were. Now look at us. Kirkle Chains is down there.
Back when I was in middle and high school, everything was about the Bulls. Since they were one of the teams that was on the cable channels everywhere.
Hello, Michael Jordan. Come on.
I know.
Done.
I totally
Like,
get that.
Classic.
I remember remember Zubas?
Yes.
There's knockoff Zubas and there are real Zubas. We couldn't afford the real Zubas, so my mom went to the fabric store, and she bought this zebra print, and then she took it to a lady, like a seamstress that lived down the block.
What?
And she made knockoff Zubas over those.
What?
I don't even know what she used for the patch.
Oh.
So I had to wear a long enough shirt that covered that up so nobody would notice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Kathy said I had to wear my mom's corduroys from back in the 50s and
no.
60s. And she's like, they were in mustard yellow, the brown, and then that weird, awful puke pea green.
I think one of my grade school pictures,
Why were those colors so popular?
I do have corduroys and a turtleneck sweater.
Oh, did you just call them corduroys?
I don't know what they're, is that what they're called?
Corduroy. Not corduroy. You need
Corduroys.
preparation H for your corduroy.
That's funny right there. 320-656-9453. Faye, you're up first. What's your secondhand experience as a kid?
So, like, the worst hand-me-down I ever had was from my cousin. She's 5 years older than me and probably was, like, 40 pounds heavier at the time. So, like, whenever her clothes made their way to me, they weren't just, like, gently used. They were, like, stretched out, faded, and always way too big. So, like, I'd show up to school in a neon windbreaker from, like, 1992 that looked like it could have doubled as a camping tent. Like, it was atrocious. Like, the sleeve went down past my hands. The pants had to be rolled up 4 times just to see my shoes.
Oh.
And the worst part is my mom thought it was the coolest thing ever. She like, oh, it's practically new. And she'd always be like, baggy clothes are in. And meanwhile, like, I was getting roasted in the cafeteria like a walking ad for Goodwill or something. It was absolutely the worst.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh,
you know.
honey, I get it. Where you look like Honey, I Shrunk the Kid.
Mom has to turn into a salesperson to convince their kid that it's cool.
Practically new. Yeah, but it's the wrong size.
Yeah, this is the reason why I have trust issues and nobody likes me. John, you shared with your brother what happened with you.
So my brother played baseball a couple years before I did, and when it was my turn, my parents were like, perfect, we'll save money and just give you his old uniform, which would have been fine,
Uh-oh.
except the jersey had his name stitched across the back.
Oh.
So there I am in Little League, like every coach, every umpire, every kid on the team just calls me by my brother's name. Kevin! Like, I'd be up at it and they yell, come on, Kevin, swing hard! Like, a lot of them were just goofing on me. But the parents, a lot of them just thought my name was Kevin. So, like, eventually I just had to go with it. Like, at some point I stopped correcting people. I think I lived as Kevin for, like, 2 whole summers. And, like, to this day, whenever someone says Kevin in public, my head snaps around. So, yeah, like, I got a whole alter ego because of my brother's hand-me-down jersey.
Oh, that's
so funny.
That's a stretch right there. Thanks, Kevin.
Ah, Kevin. You know, normally it's not a big deal if it's like the same last name.
Last names, yes. Well, when I played softball in like grade school, like 3rd through 6th, We didn't pay enough to get names. We couldn't afford names on our
No.
back. It was just a number.
A number, yeah.
It was probably the same jersey.
And it was always
that
a T-shirt.
It was always a T-shirt.
Right?
I remember there's a Cunningham Sports.
Yeah.
We used to get them from there. They printed them every year. And I remember one of the hideous ones, we wore orange jerseys. Oh, it was the absolute worst.
Ours was always after other teams, so I had a Colorado Rockies one. It was
Right.
purple. Yeah.
You look at kids now with their jerseys these days.
Oh, they're bougie.
They look sharp. They look good. I'm like, we didn't, not even in high school when I played baseball. They were the most hideous things. They didn't button up. They just pulled over.
Why is it that kids nowadays, they dress 1,000 times better than we ever did?
I don't think we knew.
My niece looks like she's walking a runway every day. And there I was wearing my grandma's clothes to school.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, things were different back in the day. So I found this rather funny when I was getting ready this morning, AKA doing my bathroom routine I do every single morning.
What is that exactly?
I was
Do we even want to know?
No, we don't need to go into detail, Chelsea.
Oh, I gotcha.
Thanks for inquiring, though, and asking. I appreciate that.
Well, the only reason why I said, hold up. The only reason why I said that is because you ordered your traditional suave skincare routine. So I was like, well, so what is that? So are you in there like I'm in there? You're exfoliating and cleansing, toning, moisturizing?
I don't do it to that extent.
Okay.
I have like an all-in-one. So I do those all at one time, Chelsea.
They're not all in one because there's 3 different bottles on the counter.
I have one bottle that has all 3 in it, it says. That's what dudes can get away with.
Then why do you have 3 different bottles on the counter?
They're just 3 different types. They all do this pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
So are you done asking questions
Yes.
now about my facial routine?
Yes.
Okay, good. I saw this video earlier today, and this neighbor pulled a trick on their other neighbor,
Okay.
and it has to do with the husband and wife. I thought it was pretty funny. Let me know if you think this is funny.
My husband came home from work and I was in the shower. Well, the moment I got out of the shower, he wanted to get into the shower himself. But when I got out of the shower, I went over to my closet and I got my robe. Well, then I heard a knock at the door. I quickly grabbed my slippers, put them on, and went to the front door. When I opened the door, it was our next door neighbor, Martin. Martin's eyes got really big and he looked at me and he said, "I'll give you $500 if you drop your robe right now." Before I made my next move, I asked Martin to show me the money. He reached in his back pocket really quick and got out his wallet and showed me the $500. That did it and I dropped my robe. I grabbed the money, put my robe back on, and shut the door. I went back upstairs to where my husband was and I said, "Hey honey, you're not going to believe what happened." But before I could say anything else, he said, "Who was that at the front door?" I said, "Oh, well, it was just Martin, our next door neighbor." My husband said, "It's about time. Did he say anything about the $500 he owes me?"
I normally don't laugh at these types of things, but that was kind of clever. That was
That's
funny.
funny.
Probably not even true at all, but you know,
It's not.
it's still funny.
That is funny.
Martin, man, you can't trust a neighbor named Martin.
Oh,
Right.
shady. Owes me $500. What the heck was he giving Martin $500 for?
Yeah, she didn't say that. Usually wives are going to inquire
That
about
would have been me arguing with Martin.
Martin, why does he owe you $500?
Gosh.
What did you guys do?
Man, if I dropped that robe, I would have slapped him so fast he wouldn't be able to see for a week.
All right, so Shrekking is the latest dating trend that a lot of the youngsters are doing now, which
Oh, boy.
makes absolutely no sense to me. But then again, I'm really not. I'm not really in my dating years anymore,
No.
which is probably a good thing, right?
Right.
So Shrekking involves settling for a less attractive partner,
Ouch. Whoa, we're going to the looks already.
like Princess Fiona did when she hooked up with Shrek.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he rescued her, so she kind of had to settle for him. But then turns out that she had a spell on her, or like a spell on her, so she was an ogre too. So yeah.
Is it weird that I've never seen? I've like seen parts of Shrek.
Stop it! You've never seen Shrek?
I have never. Is there like 2 of them?
There's like 5,
Oh.
5 or 6.
Yeah, I was never really.
The
into it.
original is hilarious. Not my gumdrop buttons. Come on.
So Shrekking often leads to disappointment for obvious reasons. Dating coaches are now chiming in on this new trend, Shrekking, advising focusing on values and character over physical appearance.
Correct.
One person said, "Plenty of people have put looks lower on the list or hoped attraction would grow over time." And that in itself isn't a bad thing. But where it backfires is when someone assumes that just because they're dating down when it comes to looks and appearance, they'll automatically be treated better.
Whoa.
Which is not true. There's plenty of ugly people that treat people the same way as the good-looking people that are out there.
Now, this is going to sound bad. But in college, I had guys that were interested in me. I just wasn't physically attracted to them. I wasn't. And they adored me, absolutely adored me, would follow me everywhere, and spoil me with all these gifts. And then they freaked out, and they're like, well, they called me shallow and all this other stuff. I'm like, no, it's because actually you do drugs and you skip class all day, and it has nothing to do specifically with your looks.
Well, they were probably not the best looking guys anyway.
I've dated some, whatever. Like, to me, when I'm attracted to somebody, it has less and less to do with them physically. I'm a very loyal person.
All right, so we just found out that Chelsea was shallow back in college.
No, I'm not. I just have certain standards.
You had certain standards, like actually look decent.
No, not even that.
Bathe maybe is a good one too.
Bathing is good. Yep.
So I think the only way this would work, Shrekking would work, is if the guy is filthy rich. Then maybe you could date down a little bit, maybe put looks lower on the old totem pole there.
For me, looks was never a number one thing when I'm attracted to somebody.
All right, let me ask you this as a lady. This goes for all the ladies.
Yeah.
If a dude is filthy rich, does that automatically make him look better, more attractive?
No, because I've dated really rich guys too, and they were more like a Shrek, I guess, than all the other guys.
Okay.
They're just snobs, full of themselves. And a lot of times it was their parents' money. I'm like, oh, nice flex.
Guess it's true what they say, money can't buy looks.
That's true.
Actually, it probably can.
Well, it can. Can't buy love, though.
So I found this new website where you can actually find that special someone with the news of Shrekking. Check this out.
Tired of chasing Prince Charming and getting ghosted by frogs? Well, now there's ShrekMate.com.
People take one look at me and go, help, run!
The dating site where better out than in isn't just about gas.
You definitely need some Tic Tacs or something, because your breath stinks.
It's about love.
Now we're getting somewhere.
At ShrekMate, we peel back the layers.
Take a look at me. What am I?
ShrekMate, because handsome princes are overrated.
Nobody else, understand?
Warning, Shrekking may ruin your love life. Side effects include swamp breath, onion breath, and unsolicited donkey karaoke.
Then you gotta try a little tenderness.
Why is it Mike Myers always plays like the hideous characters in animated movies, and even Austin Powers? He had multiple roles.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Austin Powers was cool and a good-looking dude, right?
Yeah, baby.
But Fat B,
except for those teeth.
Fat B was not, and he sounds just like Shrek in a way. So it's like there's something there. I don't know. Anyway, so for those people,
Love is blind, Chris.
I would ask.
Love is blind.
I would ask people to text in right now, asking them if they married down or dated down. But that probably wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah, text that in.
So we're not. Just keep that to yourself. We don't want to see your texts on that. I just thought I'd throw the new trend out there: Shrekking. Powerball jackpot has not been won yet.
What was it? 700 mil on Friday.
Tonight, 750 mil.
Oh, it only won 50 million? Only 50 million. Gosh.
Like I said last week, I don't follow the lottery. I don't play like the ticket lottery. Like,
right.
I haven't done a scratch off in probably years. It's just I'd rather gamble my money elsewhere, like at a real casino, or maybe like playing
I've seen you.
sports betting. I'd rather lose it there.
Yep.
As opposed to just saying, have a computer spit me out some numbers and see if I win $500 million.
It's a lot of money, though.
It is, but the odds of you winning that are very slim. At least give me a few.
But not non-existent.
Like if I play against other humans, my odds go way up.
Yeah.
As opposed to this, obviously.
But you're saying there's a chance.
There is a chance, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know someone who accidentally misread their lottery ticket and thought they won? You hear these stories every now and then.
Yeah.
Or they actually have those prank lottery tickets you can buy online, I believe.
Those are mean.
They are very mean.
I have a story about that happened my senior year where a kid blew up.
All right, prank lottery tickets, and maybe somebody thought they won when they really didn't. If you have a story you want to share, we'll take your calls and texts. We'll do that coming up next. Do you know someone who accidentally misread their lottery ticket and thought they won? Or maybe you decided to prank someone with a fake lottery ticket where you scratch it off and then they win thousands?
I still have trauma because that's what happened my senior year.
Somebody gave you one?
No, gosh, no. And I remember his name, but I'm not going to say it. He was the math teacher's son. And I just remember like hearing it in the hallways, like, yeah, we're going to give him this ticket, right? Because it was our last day of school and we're seniors, right? And they're like, it says it's going to be worth, I think, like $5,000, right? Because anything higher than that's not going to be realistic.
Right.
So they're like, we're going to give him this ticket. It's going to happen in the parking lot at this time. So we're all just kind of like, creeping out the windows. He gets handed this ticket. He scratches it off. He thinks he's won $5,000. He's freaking out. And all his buddies are around him laughing. And he looked closer that it was a joke. Well, the kid then grabbed his golf clubs and started just chucking them across the parking lot. He was so furious.
Oh, so he didn't take the prank well.
No, he did not. And I
Okay.
think he put a golf club through one of the teacher's cars.
Oh, no.
Like through their windshield. Yeah, it was awful.
Well, he
No one was laughing.
nobody's going to do that to that guy again for sure. My gosh.
Did you say anger management?
320-656-9453. Pete, who do you know that had a lottery mishap?
Hey, yeah, so my uncle once swore up and down that he won the lottery, and he comes running into the kitchen, waving this ticket like he's just been handed the keys of the kingdom. Like he's already talking about buying a yacht, moving to the Bahamas, the whole thing. He even called my aunt into the room and told her to start packing bags. Then, about 5 minutes later, I look at the ticket and realize he was reading the numbers from last week's drawing.
Oh.
And, like, I know it's bad, but I just, like, busted out laughing. Like, my uncle didn't even win a dime. And I got to tell you, I have never seen a smile turn into a frown faster in my life. He was so upset. Like, he was moping around for days, like the dog died or something. And my aunt still makes fun of him to this day for getting so excited. Like, she calls him Tommy Bahama sometimes. It's just hilarious.
Hey, Tommy, can you take out the trash, please?
Oh my gosh, we just got a text in. They said there was a bar owner in town that had been down on their luck. They've been struggling. It was a married couple. They owned a bar and they won the lottery. Or so we thought.
Yeah.
It was actually the wife. She took all the winnings, sold the bar, and moved out of state in the middle of the night. Didn't even tell her husband, sent him divorce papers a week later.
My.
Wow. That had a twist to it.
Greg wants to talk about a lottery prank here. What's your lottery prank, Greg?
Yeah, so we gave my brother-in-law one of those gag gift scratch-off tickets in his Christmas stocking a few years ago. And he scratches it, and it says he won $50,000. And, like, he absolutely lost it. He was hugging people, crying, and then immediately got on his phone to call his boss because he was literally about to quit. So, like, we had to shut down the whole joke within, like, a couple minutes so he didn't, like, blow up his career right on the spot. But, yeah, we told him it was fake, and, like, he went totally silent like he was at a funeral or something. And, like, he was so upset about it that we had to ban gag gifts on Christmas permanently.
Oh,
so,
my
yeah,
gosh.
things got, like, a little too carried away with that one. But I thought it was funny.
Well, hey, at least he didn't try to kill anybody or beat anybody up, destroy things.
Dang, well,
What would happen if he called his boss and he's like, I quit and you suck as a boss?
It's like, well, dude, it was actually fake. Oh, my God. I could actually see that happening.
It's like, I hope nobody ever gives me. I've seen videos of these gag lottery tickets. Honestly, they are really cruel.
What would you do?
You talk about getting somebody on a big old high and then just pulling the rug out from underneath them and just ruining them.
Ooh.
So I know this is not happening at all locations. I've never been to a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, it's been a minute. We used to hit that up a lot on the East Coast.
There's a Dunkin' location out east.
Yeah.
Like I said, I doubt this is happening at all locations, but
Is Matt Damon sitting in there? Ben Affleck?
they're encouraging you to check your receipts. I saw this online earlier today. This certain location added a 3% employee benefits and retention charge.
What the heck does that mean? Like a mandatory tip? I'm trying to cut through the BS and try to figure out what that means.
It's automatic. They don't ask you.
Automatic gratuity.
It's automatically on there.
Search it.
The charge is for employee and retention. It's not gratuity. Duncan is refusing to say whether or not the charge is for all stores, but basically, I'm guessing it goes towards the hiring. It costs a lot to hire employees, then you have to train them. And then when you have so much turnover, but that's not our problem. That's part of doing business.
I was just going to say, so hold up. If their employees don't work out, they still want to recoup the cost that it costs to train in the next people?
Because you have to advertise the job. That's a pretty penny. You have to train the employees.
Yes.
That's a pretty penny.
I understand all of that, especially since you owned your own business and you had how many different employees and they were all bailing and stuff. But you know what? You know who never had these problems? Starbucks.
Why?
The partners.
Oh, because they hire partners there.
Because we made good money.
Yeah.
Tipped out properly on the West Coast. No, there's no tipping on your coffee here in the Midwest. It's not even existent. And you also got, some benefits with working with the company.
How many people don't check their receipts and have been charged this? Not just
How much is it?
Not just these locations.
Did it say?
3%. So if your bill's $10, you're paying 30 cents extra.
Good math.
I mean, bills usually aren't that high at these locations, but if you order a bunch, it probably is. It could be up to $1 per transaction just for employee benefits. So basically, the owner.
What if you fought it and asked for it to be removed and just said that's the price of doing business?
My guess is they say probably go somewhere else because we're not removing it.
Ooh.
And I don't know if these are franchise locations. If they are, it's up to the franchisee as to what they do when it comes to these extra charges, which they can totally do, by the way.
Doesn't that just look tacky, though?
It does look tacky.
Puts a bad taste in my mouth. No pun intended.
Somebody noticed this on the East Coast. I'm not sure if it's in this area yet, but it may be. Check your receipts. All right, so I saw this on TikTok earlier today. There's a lady who has kind of a foolproof way on how to scare off a male telemarketer using 3 little words.
You're the father?
Three easy words.
Okay.
This will actually work. It's more creepy if a guy says this to a girl. It'd probably work.
Isn't it always?
But how many telemarketers are females? Like every single telemarketer.
I've had a few.
Okay.
I have had a few.
Now, when it comes to scammers, you shouldn't be this nice to scammers.
No.
They're just the scum of this earth. I hate scammers that scam people out of money, especially the older generation.
Oh, I know. That's the worst.
So she demonstrates how to scale off a male telemarketer. Let me know if you think this would work and if you could do it.
Hello, pork chop.
Hello, this is Jeff calling. Just reaching out on the recorded line because
Jeff?
I'm on 25.
Jeff,
Yes.
I love you.
Oh,
Gotcha.
God.
Have a good day.
Thank you. And that's how you scare them away.
There you go. Just say I love you.
That works with a lot of men in real life, actually. It doesn't matter if they're a telemarketer or a scam artist or not.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
That scares guys all over the world away.
I love you.
No!
And vice versa. Run, ladies, run.
There's many
Especially
other-
if it's been 2 weeks.
There's many other phrases that'll probably do the trick as well, but starting with "I love you," try it next time in a telemarketer, and if it works, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. So this is pretty funny. There's a man who apparently is happy all the time.
Yeah.
His wife wants to know why.
Okay.
Do you think it's because of her?
No.
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 That was a quick response.
Well, if I'm honest, if she has to ask, like people ask me this all the time, like, why are you in such a good mood? I had a manager pull me into her office. I thought I was in trouble. She's like, why are you always so happy?
His reaction is priceless.
Yeah.
And then he pulls the rug from underneath her.
Yep.
Check this out.
What is your secret to being happy all the time?
My secret to being happy all the time? Well, it's pretty simple. I just ignore dumb people.
Mm-hmm.
And if they try to argue with me, I just tell them that they're right.
That doesn't seem effective.
Yeah, you're right.
The reaction at her face was priceless. She's like, what?
He doesn't want to argue.
A lot of guys don't want, like me, I'm not going to argue with idiots. I'm just not going to do it because they'll drag it under their level and then they'll beat you.
So when you argue with me, it's actually a compliment. Nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you're right anyway, Chelsea.
But I don't like arguing with you, so.
That's right, because I'm always right too. I've never seen 2 more right people in a relationship ever.
My brother taught me this. He's like, you just say, cool story, bro.
Wait.
Anytime that somebody is saying something ridiculous, I just say, cool story, bro.
But you know who is even more right than us?
Who?
Jimmy, your brother.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
You're right.
Cool story.
You're right.
Chris and Chelsea. Afternoons on Wild Country 99.